Good afternoon, students. I am Mr. Prakash and back with Chapter 3 Major Water Bodies of the Earth. In our previous class, we learnt about oceans and seas under the topic Major Water Bodies. In today's class, we will learn about minor water bodies and inland water bodies. So let's begin today's class with the topic minor water bodies. Dear students, minor means small. So minor water bodies are smaller than oceans and seas. Minor water bodies include bays, gulfs and straits. We will see these minor water bodies one by one. Starting with bay. A bay can be defined as a curved indentation of a sea or a lake into the land with a wide opening. Let's try to understand the meaning of the phrase curved indentation. Curved means having a round shape, and indentation means a cut or mark on the edge or surface of something. So, curved indentation of a sea or a lake means having a round shape on the land formed by a sea or a lake. The examples of bays are the Bay of Bengal, the Hudson Bay, and the Bay of Biscay. When you look at all these bays, you can easily observe the round shape on the land formed by a sea or a lake. The next minor water body is gulf. A gulf can be defined as a large inlet of a sea cutting deep into the land. The cut mark on the land surface is made by the oceans. Or seas. A gulf has narrow opening than a bay. An inlet of a gulf is similar to an angle. The difference between a bay and a gulf is that a bay has a wide opening in round shape, but a gulf has a narrow opening. Examples of gulfs are the Persian Gulf, the Gulf of Mexico, the Gulf of California, and the Gulf of Carpentaria. The next minor water body is strait. A strait can be defined as a narrow stretch of water that joins two large water bodies and separates two land masses. Dear students, it is very important to understand the two requirements of a strait. Number one, it connects two large water bodies, and number two, it separates two land masses. So, it is a stretch of water connecting two large water bodies and separates two land masses. The examples of straits are the Bering Strait and the Strait of Gibraltar. The Bering Strait joins the Pacific Ocean and the Arctic Ocean, and it separates continents of Asia and North America. The Strait of Gibraltar links the Mediterranean Sea to Atlantic Ocean, and it separates Europe from Africa. I hope the concept of all these three minor water bodies, bay, gulf, and strait is clear to all of you. I give you a homework. Find out the name of the strait that separates India and Sri Lanka, and also name the water bodies that are joined by this strait. I hope the question is clear to all of you. This question is given to you on your page number 26. In the geography book, take page number 26. Just below the table 3.1, this question is given to you. You can also see this question on page 26. Now we move to the next topic, inland water bodies. Inland water bodies are those water bodies which are found within the land masses. Such inland water bodies are lake, lagoon and river. They can also be said minor water bodies found within the land masses. So let's start with the first inland water body, lake. A lake is a small water body surrounded by land on all the sides. Dear students, if you remember the last class, we learnt about two types of seas, the marginal seas and inland seas. Inland seas are also surrounded by land from all the sides. And a lake is also surrounded by land from all the sides. So what is the difference between an inland sea and a lake? It is the size that matters. The size of an inland sea is larger, whereas a lake is smaller in size. But the similarity between these two is that both of these water bodies, an inland sea and a lake, are surrounded by land on all the sides. So I hope the definition of a lake is clear to you, and even the difference between an inland sea and a lake. Some of the examples of lakes are Lake Baikal, Lake Superior, Lake Victoria, Lake Titicaca and Lake Wooler. Now we move to lagoon. Lagoon can be defined as a shallow body of salt water separated from the sea by a low sandbank or coral reef. Lagoons are shallow. They don't have much depth as seas have. They are formed as sandbank or coral reef separates them from the seas. An example of a lagoon is Lake Chilka in Odisha. Now we will see the next inland water body, river. A river can be defined as a body of water that flows in a definite channel down the slope of the land towards a sea or a lake or another river. Examples of rivers are Ganga, Brahmaputra. Dear students, in the exams you get questions to differentiate between any two minor water bodies or inland water bodies. For example, differentiate between bay and gulf, or differentiate between lake and lagoon. These types of questions are very common in your exams. So for answer, you need to write same points as given in the book. Therefore, you need to go through the page number 26 very carefully and learn all the definitions of all the minor water bodies and inland water bodies with their examples. These definitions have points of difference between the water bodies. I hope today's class is clear to all of you. You have learnt about minor water bodies, bays, gulf and strait. You have also understood the concept of definitions of inland water body such as lake, lagoon and river. If not, please go through the video and read the pages related to the topics. Thank you. Have a nice day.